This is the solution to problem number 11 from the Chapter 1 review. So it states that two airplanes leave simultaneously from the same airport, one flying due east and the other flying due north. Then we get some information about their speeds. So it says the eastbound plane is flying 50 miles per hour slower than the northbound one. And then we're told if after 4 hours they are 1,000 miles apart, we're supposed to find how fast the northbound plane is traveling. So to begin, let's sketch a diagram. So we have a northbound plane. So I'll sketch a northbound plane. We also have an eastbound plane. And we're given something about speed. So we have to remember that distance traveled is equal to rate times time. So if we think of these distances here, we really need a rate times a time. When you're doing application problems, you're going to want to define a variable. So here, we're given that the eastbound plane is flying 50 miles per hour slower than the northbound one. And we also want to find how fast the northbound plane is traveling. So I'm going to define my variable. I'm going to let x is equal to the speed of the northbound plane in miles per hour. So if x is the speed of the northbound plane, then the eastbound plane has a speed of 50 miles per hour less than the northbound plane. So eastbound plane speed is going to be x minus 50. So using these two ideas, if distance equals rate times time, and they travel for 4 hours, then the eastbound plane travels 4 times its speed. So, and its speed is x minus 50. And the northbound plane travels 4 hours at a speed of x miles per hour. So those are the distances. The other piece of information that we're told is that after 4 hours, they are 1,000 miles apart. So I'm going to connect and make a right triangle here. And I know that the hypotenuse here is 1,000 miles because that's how far apart the planes are after 4 hours. So with this setup, we can use Pythagorean theorem. So we can say that 4x, we're going to say that 4x squared plus 4 times x minus 50, in parentheses, that whole expression squared, is equal to 1,000 squared. So this is by the Pythagorean theorem. Remember, the sum of the squares of the lengths of the legs, so a squared plus b squared, is the square of the length of the hypotenuse, or c squared. And now this is the quadratic equation we need to solve. So I'm going to square 4x, and I get 16x squared plus 16, because I have to apply the square to both 4 and x minus 50. So 16 times x minus 50 squared is equal to 1,000 squared. And I can divide everything by 16 here because I see I have a 16 and a 16. So maybe I'll divide everything by 16. So then I'll have x squared plus x minus 50 squared is 1,000 squared divided by 16. So 1,000 squared is 1,000,000. So this is 1,000,000 divided by 16. And I entered that into my calculator and I got 62,500. Now let's go ahead and expand the quadratics that we have, or the binomials. Let's expand the binomials. So we're going to have x squared plus, this is x squared. Remember, this will become a perfect square trinomial, minus 100x plus 50 squared, which is 2,500, is equal to 62,500. I'm going to combine like terms, so I have 2x squared minus 100x plus 2,500 is equal to 62,500. I can divide, I'll subtract 62,500 from both sides. And so that's going to give me 2x squared minus 100x minus 60,000 is equal to 0. Now I'm going to divide everything by 2 because I can see all the values are even. This leaves us with x squared minus 50x minus 30,000 is equal to 0. And then I'm going to factor this. So I need two values that multiply to 30,000, but that add to negative 50. And those values are negative 200 and positive 150. So this is going to factor as x minus 200 times x plus 150. By the zero product property, we can say x equals 200 or x equals negative 150. The negative 150 doesn't make sense in this context because that was the speed of the northbound plane. So this is speed of northbound plane. So negative 150 doesn't make sense. Because here in this context, speed is going to be positive. So we can say that the northbound plane is traveling at 200 miles per hour. Remember to answer these type of problems with a complete sentence and also define your variables.